Buffy's friends brought her back to life.
It's the thing about magic. There's always consequences.
But she didn't come back alone.
You mean some hell beastie rode in with Buffy? It doesn't have a body, so it's borrowing ours.
An all-new Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Thanks for the tip.
Why, hello there, everybody, and welcome to this week's edition of Slade, the Buffyverse Revisited. I'm one of your hosts, I'm Jeremy.
I'm your host, James.
And this week, we are going to be unskinny bopping our way into Season 6, Episode 3, After Life.
Yes, we will be doing that. So, I want to mention, and it's not a big deal as far as the recording of the podcast goes, and I'm sure it's not for on your end for the audio, but for some reason with the switch from our previous recording provider to our new recording provider, I can no longer hear the theme music.
Really?
On my end. Yeah.
Well, that, my friend, is gay.
It is gay.
That is weird. You're not hearing it.
No, like it'll cut in once in a while, but no, I don't hear it on my end. Do me a favor, just for shits and gigs, hit like an applause or something.
Okay.
Nope.
Nothing.
Weird.
Well, that's got to be a set. I don't know. I feel like that's got to be a setting somewhere that we're going to have to.
It could
because
be.
if we were, excuse me while I swallow my lung. If we were like going to do pull clips or something like we did before, like you wouldn't even hear them.
Right. Exactly.
So
exactly.
That could be a problem.
It could be. But we probably won't be doing that because that is way too much work.
Frankly, yes.
But speaking of the theme song, I should have mentioned it when we dropped our first episode of Season 6, Bargaining Part 1, but I didn't think about it. The viewers of the podcast who choose to view it on YouTube, starting with Bargaining Part 1, can now hear the full Slade the Buffyverse Revisited theme song at the beginning of every episode. I have added it to the episodes so that it can be enjoyed by everyone because it is pretty awesome. And I believe we previously mentioned many episodes back that it was composed by your very own co-host, Jeremy.
It was, and I think we did mention that, but we used to have to cut it out for YouTube because we were just using the, what are they called? The dipshitters? What was the band's name?
The Nerf Herders.
The Nerf Herders, yeah. We were using their original theme song for the show, which should be fine considering, it's a 20-something-year-old show that...
Right.
But it was apparently a problem, so...
Yes, but now, starting with episode 1 of Season 6, Bargaining Part 1, our viewers can enjoy the full Slade the Buffyverse Revisited experience, theme song, and all. It's on there now, so...
The full Monty, if you will.
The full Monty. Anyway, Jeremy, how are you doing?
Terrible. I was hit by a car, and I've found out that I have incurable ass AIDS.
Oh. Well. Sorry to hear that.
Thanks for the shoulder to cry on. No, I'm fine. Everything is fine and dandy. The weather has been absolutely fantabulous. I know at least here, we have a heat upcoming midweek where apparently for about 4 or 5 days, summer's going to try to shit in our mouth again. But other than that, everything's great. glorious, couldn't be better. James, how the hell are you doing?
I'm good. I am also all right and glorious, and things couldn't be better. Unlike yourself, I am very disappointed in the waning days of summer. Uh,
Oh, God. Summer can go fuck itself.
I'm a summer guy. I like the summer, but it is what it is.
I'm a fall guy. The show was made after me, in fact. Um,
Well, I'm not the type to kiss and tell, but I've been seen with Farrah.
who got his start on that show, James?
I mean, a lot of people got their start on that
Someone,
show.
someone near and dear to our Highlander hearts.
Um, was it the late Stan Kirsch?
It was not the late Stan Kirsch. He would have been about 8.
Was it the late Christophe Lambert?
No, I don't believe he's the late Christophe Lambert, but it was also not him.
I don't know who.
It was Jim Burns.
Oh, really?
It really.
I
He
forgot.
played, he played a character called. It was a funny name, like not Radar, but like a name like a one-word name kind of guy, and he was kind of like the fixer kind of guy. So when he
I
had his
don't recall
legs
that.
too.
Really?
No, I'm lying about that part.
I was gonna say I don't think that. Well, no, I don't remember him. I don't remember him being on the show. But in my defense, I probably haven't seen an episode of Fall Guy since damn near it was originally airing.
Yeah, no, he was actually a main side character. Like, so yeah, he was quite a bit younger, obviously.
Huh,
And if I
interesting.
recall, I could be wrong about this, but I feel like he had a pretty decent mullet going on back then.
Well, it was the 80s.
It was the 80s.
It was the 80s. Anyway, um, should we talk about Buffy?
Nah, I mean, I guess we can, but I'd rather just bullshit for an hour and a half.
That's fair. Okay. No, how about if I pony up some dates and deets?
Cowgirl style?
Probably not.
No,
Probably
okay.
not.
Okay. Well, I tried.
You did try. You did try. And it was a valiant effort. A valiant effort.
But it failed miserably.
It failed miserably. As previously stated, we will be. I already forgot. How are we getting into this episode?
We are unskinny bopping.
Unskinny bobbing into
Bop.
bopping. Sorry.
There you go.
Into
Were you not around for the 80s for 80s hair metal?
I was, but I mean, I was born in '81, so
Well,
I didn't.
You were old enough.
I didn't get into '80s hair metal until the late '90s.
Until the 2000s.
Until 2000s, yeah.
Well, it's a Poison song.
Into the third episode of the 6th season of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, our 103rd episode of the series overall, Afterlife, written by Jane Espenson and directed by David Sullivan. Our original air date was October 9th, 2001 on the now defunct UPN network. Our cast, as always, includes Sarah Michelle Gellar as Buffy, Nicholas Brendan as Xander, Emma Caulfield as Anya, Michelle Trachtenberg as Dawn, James Marston as Spike, and Allison Hannigan as Willow. Our guest stars this week include Amber Benson as Tara. Our Nielsen rating for this episode, 3.7, ranking it 82 out of the 131 primetime shows airing on television that week, and number 3 out of the 9 primetime shows airing on the UPN network that week. My synopsis this week reads: a demon hitchhiker forces Buffy and the gang to deal with the repercussions of her death and resurrection.
I would just like to say that his name is not James Marston. It's James Marsters.
Did I say Marston?
You did. And
Uh,
my synopsis reads as follows. Buffy and her friends battle a demon that may have hitched a ride with Buffy as she crossed into the world from another dimension.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh. So we open and the Scooby Gang is rushing to find Buffy, and they presume that she has returned home. Um,
Which I don't know
and
why they would presume that, considering when they saw her last, she was cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
she was basically feral.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I was confused about that too. But
They just
yeah,
kind of gloss over it and say, well, clearly she's at home.
right. They're like, well, come on, she's gotta be at home, right? Come
Gotta
on,
be.
she's gotta be. Come on.
Let's not be
Let's just
stupid.
let's not be stupid here. She's at home. She's at home. Um, no, so oh, where was I? Yeah, so um the we also see that the demon biker gang is scrambling to get out of town, and um um they talk about how uh so we're following obviously the core gang minus Spike, um Dawn, and Buffy, and um Anya's commenting about how she thinks they screwed up and Buffy's broken, and Willow, she's not broken, says she's not broken and she's just disoriented from being brought back from the dead. And um uh, uh Tara asks Willow if she thinks that Buffy might be dangerous, at which point we cut to outside the Summer's home, and Buffy and Dawn are standing on the sidewalk, and of course behind them is the scattered debris from the motorcycle demon gang, and Dawn is like, see, we're home. And they're we cut to them looking at the house, and Dawn reassures Buffy. She says, everything's okay now. You're home. And we cut to Buffy, who's just staring at the house, kind of blankly disheveled and unhappy. And that's our cold open.
And there was
Roll credits.
there was a little booger also hanging from her nose.
There was
And
just a tiny little.
she was just
Yeah,
like
just a tiny little snot right there. She's like,
and Dawn was
and
like,
Dawn's like, that's disgusting. And Buffy's like, I've been dead for 3 months. I'm hungry as fuck. Okay.
I was decomposed as though I had been dead for 3 fucking decades. Okay, like you guys didn't even shoot me up with some formaldehyde, cheap fucks. Christ. Let's see. So they're inside the house at this point. Buffy's upstairs slamming her face into a mirror repeatedly, trying to return to where she came. Dawn's skipping rope down. No. Spike comes, they're upstairs, the girls, and she's trying to show her around the house to kind of trying to jar her back into reality. And we hear Spike come in downstairs, and he's all like, Dawn, are you here? And she's like, no, I'm not. And he's like, fuck. And he leaves. And then we're all like, boy, Spike's not that smart. No, she goes down, and Spike's like, how did he say that? He's like, I could just rip your head off and suck the blood from your brainstem or something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
And then he looks up, or she's like, look. And Buffy's coming down the steps, and he's like, yeah, so I've seen the fucking Buffy bot before. I used to fuck it like 4 times a day. but he's like, I don't know. He looks in its eyes and he's like, buffet, and she's like, yes, it is I. And he's like, and then he just his nipples just start shooting sauerkraut out, and he's just like, ah, and it's really awkward. No, he realizes it's her, and he's like, what the fuck? And Buffy's like, he's like, what did you do? And she's like, I wasn't me. I don't even know. And they see her hands that are all bloody and fucked up, and she's like, Dawn's like, I don't know, and Spike's like, I know what that is. She had to claw her way out of her own fucking grave. He's like, I had to do that a time or two. So she kind of asks him. They make their way outside. Spike and Buffy do, right? Yeah, they're outside when they have this last bit of the conversation.
No,
they
inside.
sit down on the couch. They sit down on the couch.
Yeah, because he sends Dawn off to get.
Yeah, Dawn goes to get supplies to fix Buffy's
bandage
hands.
up her hands. Yeah.
And they're talking, and he's like, she's like, how long have I been gone? And Spike's like, 147 days. And she's like, oh, wow, that's very specific. And he's like, I've counted them all. Today would have been 148, but it doesn't count because here you are. And she's like, well, and mathematically it kind of does count. And then they have an argument about math and
right. And he's like, you unsufferable bitch. You've been back from the dead for like 3 hours and you're already pissing me off.
Yeah. And then she punched him right in the left testicle.
Yep.
And it exploded inside of the bag.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's sad. Yep. Very sad. So the Scoobs arrive about that time, and they get all around, like they're basically overwhelming her, like immediately, as good friends would do. And Spike just kind of,
the same kind of good friends that would think to resurrect their friend from the dead without digging her out of her grave first,
or without thinking, hey, maybe she's in a really good afterlife and we should leave her the fuck alone.
That too.
I mean, not that I know anything. I'm just saying that's a possibility.
Right. You don't know.
Right. So Buffy kind of slips away from the gang who are relentlessly fucking, would you quit playing with your hair, you dime store fucking... You're like, maybe it's Maybelline, and you're like flopping your hair around like in some hair commercial. God. Pantene Pro V. That's the commercials I remember from the 90s. Chicks with their flowing, lush hair. And anyway.
I use Dove.
You use Dove. I didn't know Dove made shampoo. Shampoo.
Yeah, shampoo and conditioner. Yep.
Huh. Well, that's gay. So, no, I actually use Dove body soap.
Yeah, I use Dove body wash too.
That's what I'm saying. I didn't know they made which I should have, duh. Sure, they make everything liquid.
Well, you don't need them, so why would you know?
Yeah, no, I just use what do I use? Head and Shoulders. I use Head and Shoulders. Takes like a dime size. I just go and I just like go around the middle, and all of a sudden it just goes boom, and it's over my whole head. So anyway, so Buffy kind of slips away, trying to get a breather, and
a breeder,
trying to find a breeder. Yes. Xander and Anya fuck off to go get food because that's always the answer to returning from the dead. I need a bite. When they get out there, they see Spike, who is clearly, he's mad, he's hurt, he's kind of a little bit freaked. He's a lot of emotions. He's all up in his feels at this point.
Yes.
And he's very pissed off that they didn't. He like slams Xander up against the tree, and I'm like, yes, kill that motherfucker. But he didn't.
We were just cheering him on. We were like, yes, kill him, snip his neck, snip his neck.
Kill him. But you know,
we're like,
yep. So he's pissed that they didn't even tell him the plan, let him in on the plan. And and Xander's reasoning was basically like, well, we don't care about you. And Spike's like, oh, okay. Well, fuck you. And, no, he's like, no, I know why you didn't tell me, because, my love for her, that if something had went wrong and you guys tried to like re-kill her, that I would have never let you do it.
right.
And Xander's like, oh shit, maybe that was our reason. Xander's like, I'm just not really that smart, Spike. And,
well, yes, Xander isn't that smart, but also like it's pretty clear that Willow. I don't think Willow. I shouldn't say I don't think. It was made pretty clear in bargaining part 1 and part 2 that Willow did not fill them in completely on everything that bringing Buffy back from the dead entailed. And
yeah.
I would imagine that included the very likely possibility that what they brought back would not be Buffy.
I mean, here's Willow, supposed to be like one of the smartest human beings on the planet, and even she didn't think about maybe digging up the casket first.
Right.
So, let's just say for a plan that was like a 5-month-long plan, very poor execution, to say the least. Anyway, so Spike like goes to leave and going over to his new motorbike that he now has, that he stole from a hellion demon. And he's like, the funny thing about magic is there's always consequences. Always. Do.
Don't. Oh, shit.
Need the Heimlich? So, Willow called Giles in England to inform him of Buffy's return. And she's telling Tara about it. And she's like, yeah, there were a lot of good lords in there. And, but yeah, he'll be back soon. And then she looked at the camera and she's like, we didn't have enough money for this episode, but he'll be back in the next one. And so Willow and Tara are getting ready for bed. And like, I guess it's a thing that girls like lather up in lotion before they go to bed. I don't know. That seems to be something I see on TV all the time. So she's lathering herself up thoroughly. And then they go to bed, and we cut.
You gotta keep the skin moist.
Do you though?
Yeah.
Do you lather up? Do you lather up before you go to bed?
No, after I shower.
Oh. And during masturbation.
No.
I mean, you've got all that lotion anyway. You might as well smear some into your face. So we cut over into Buffy's room, and she's just kind of looking like at pictures of everybody and stuff. And then all of a sudden, the faces of all of her friends like briefly turn into like skeleton, like dead looking things. And she's like, I knew it. I must slay them all. And she goes on a killing spree in the house and murders everyone.
She goes right into Willow and Tara's room and just straight up murders them while they're sleeping.
Like, snap. And they're out.
Yep.
So,
yep.
Good riddance, bad friends. No, so then we cut to that night, and Willow and Tara are asleep in their room, which was Mama Sumer's room at one time. until they. I mean, like I don't want to give anything away. Like I don't want to give spoilers or anything, but I don't think it's too big of a deal to let everybody know that it was Willow and Tara that killed Mama Summers.
Yeah, yeah.
They wanted her bedroom specifically.
They wanted, yeah.
With
and they orchestrated
with the ensuite bathroom.
Right. So they orchestrated her getting the brain aids.
Mm-hmm. They had a brain aid spell that they used, and
right. Willow was like doody 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 doody, and then Tara was like brain aids.
Yep. And then that was the first time that Mama Summers was like killed over and was like flopping around like a fucking fish out of water.
Yep.
So that's how it all worked in reality. So we need mental help. They are awoken by Buffy, who is standing over their bed looking very creepy. And she starts like basically accusing them of, not what all was she saying? Like, you didn't even think about the consequences and you're just stupid bitches. And she's like throwing like furniture and like decorating like knickknacks at them. And they're like shattering against the fucking, the wall behind them. And they're all like, oh, fuck, we brought back a psychotic fucking Slayer. Why didn't we talk about it? And Tara's like, I tried to bring it up. And Willow's like, true. But she's talking about Willow having killed the fawn in order to have to add the blood to the vessel of whatever, the vagina vessel, to bring her back. And they get up out of the bed, or like Buffy just vanishes. And they're like, oh shit, she has magic too. We are fucked. But no, they get up and they realize there's no like debris in the bed or nothing. Like everything's where it's supposed to be. And they go and they very creepily open Buffy's door. And they don't do it quietly either. They're just like, they just open it up and shine this light right on her face. And they're talking all out. Well, I guess she's still sleeping. And then they leave and they just kind of slam the door behind them. Seemed really loud and rude to me is what I'm saying.
It was very loud and rude.
But Buffy was in fact in her bed sleeping. Although she was nude and they didn't even knock. So I found that very peeping Tomish, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah. Authorities should have been called.
Yes, authorities should have been called. Let me see this kind of like bump thing kind of moving along the ceiling. So now we know that there's some type of something going on. Could it be exactly what Spike referred to earlier? Some type of consequence.
It could very well be.
So Willow calls Xander. Why? Reasons. Because who calls Xander when there's any problems at all? Answer: no one. No one. Willow has never called Xander. She doesn't even have his phone number because she's never called him before. Like, there's a problem. Call Xander. What? But anyway, she calls Xander. And he apparently, when he sleeps, he's in a light to medium coma. Because like he's pretty much impossible to wake up. But he finally does, and he's like, hello, and Willow's trying to explain what's going on. And he's like, attacked, and she's like, yeah, you know what the meaning of that word, right, Xander? And he's like, not really. He's like, I got a 70 on the SATs. And she's like, oh, that's right.
Yeah.
About that time, Anya comes in the room, and her eyes are all like smoked over, ghostly, one might even say. And she has a knife, and she's just sawing into her own arm, and then into her, she's just like cutting into her cheek, and he's just like, what the fuck? And then she just collapses on the floor. And it's like, wait a minute, that's kind of Anya. So was that a ghost, or was that just her being Anya? The gang gather the next day to brainstorm, but no one knows what the fuck this thing is. And, Buffy's still not Buffy. She's not super talkative. She's kind of closed off, and she's just kind of like, I don't think they're real sure of her yet, to be honest. Right. So we cut to the magic box, and she's still just not quite right. She seems out of place, and she's like, I'm gonna go patrol. And they're like, you want us to come with you? And she's like, fuck no. Like, I need some fucking alone time. And so when she leaves, the demon suddenly takes over Dawn. Ghost, demon, whatever the fuck you want to call it. I would say it's more like a poltergeist, in my opinion. And then she starts shouting at everybody and saying crazy, mean shit like the first one did. Except then we have what I like to call one of the worst fucking special effects I have ever fucking seen. She turns her head to the side, and you see her supposedly like spit fire out, and it hits the table and like catches shit on. Oh my god, dude, that I fucking rewatched it like 4 or 5 times. I was like, that is so bad. Even by 2000, was it 2001?
Yeah.
Like, even by 2001 standards, that was horrible. Like, horrible. And yeah, so she does that, and then she just like passes out, and Xander's trying to put out the fire, and catches himself on fire and dies, which was nice. It was nice.
That was nice. That was a nice little touch.
Right, nice little ending there. Buffy shows up at Spike's crypt, and what's really weird is he's playing fucking euchre by himself. And he's like moving from seat to seat, and he's like, oh shit, euchre, and he's like, it's really weird. So anyway, she shows up there, and they're kind of talking rather awkwardly at first, but then Spike opens up to her, saying, how guilty he felt for not saving Dawn. Not getting to the top of the tower and saving Dawn himself, because then she would have never had to jump. And he's like, but I have saved you like countless times. He's just like, not when it actually mattered. I was always in my dreams since you died that I saved you all those times. He's like, the only time I didn't do it was when it actually counted. And she's like, well, then that was a pointless fucking statement. And he's like, true enough. He immediately.
She's like, well, right. She's like, well, thanks for saving me every single night that it didn't make a goddamn bit of difference. And
thank you for saving me when it wasn't real.
Right. And then she's like, and I think you should probably hurt yourself.
And he fucking did. He cut his throat, started stabbing himself in the eye. I mean, she was like, more. It
was the most alive we've seen Buffy since she came back from the dead at the end of Bargaining Part 1.
Indeed.
Yeah.
So then they just kind of sit there in awkward silence, more or less.
Pretty much.
So, okay, I'm going to throw it to you now. I'll let you do this. Okay, go ahead. Take over.
That It's like the worst transition we've ever done. You're just like,
Well, there's a specific reason I want you to take over.
you're just like, usually you're like, and then we cut back to the magic box, and what's going on there, James? You're just like,
Go.
fuck it, you do the next part, you take it,
Go, take over. Go.
go now, do it now, do it.
More.
So we cut back to the magic box, and Xander has apparently been thinking about what Spike said the previous night about how Willow knew that the resurrection spell to bring Buffy back could cause something bad. And he's questioning Willow and Tara about that. And
Willow's like, don't fucking question me, dumb.
I mean, you're kidding, but that's kind of what happened. She's basically like, what? Who the fuck are you to question me? Like,
Yeah.
no. She's like, no.
75 SATs.
Right. She's like, no. I'm nothing. My spell didn't do anything wrong. Like, you shut the fuck up. And he
My
does.
spells don't do nothing but work, bitch.
Right. And she, being Willow, also discovers that whatever this creature is, it was created by the spell that brought Buffy back. And since it doesn't currently have a body, that's why it's been possessing all of them. And she tells them that reversing the spell will basically uncreate the demon, but it can't be done without also reversing the resurrection of Buffy.
So they realize they need to kill Buffy.
Right. I.e. killing Buffy again.
And they all immediately agree to the plan.
Yeah. They're like, all right, well, yeah, I guess, yeah.
Okay, well, look.
They're like, listen,
we tried.
We tried. It created this demon that keeps possessing us, and we definitely don't like that. Also, we've all kind of noticed that Buffy's a little bit off since she came back.
She's been a little ungrateful since she came back, if I'm being honest.
Right, like, if I'm being honest, she's just been a little ungrateful, and we're not here for it. We're not here for it. So,
listen, none of us are getting younger, and if I could borrow a phrase, ain't nobody got time for that.
Right.
So if she's going to be ungrateful, then I say we kill her.
Yeah. So they're like, all right, reverse the spell. Kill Buffy and the demon. Boom. Done.
Yep. Done.
And,
forget that bitch.
Right. And so they do. And that's the end of the episode. Jeremy, would you like to play?
It's the end of the series.
The end of the series. No. Of course, Dawn does not have a positive reaction to this news and loses her shit.
Freaks way out, like way overboard.
Right. Over the possibility of losing Buffy again. And that's further compounded by the fact that Willow finds out that the demon can only survive if Buffy is killed. So then we find out that the demon had taken over Xander while Willow was giving this exposition, and he promptly thanks her for the information and goes after Buffy.
Thanks for the tip. And I'm like, wait a minute. Now hold up, James. I want to delve into this before we move on. We have not seen this. I'm not going to call it a demon. It's a poltergeist is what it is.
Sure.
We have not seen this poltergeist have the ability to physically harm anyone in any way, shape, or form thus far.
Right.
So what exactly is its plan? Like, ooh, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to go make Buffy think I killed her. Huh?
Yeah, I don't know, because, like, yeah, I don't know what the fuck its plan is because as we're about to discover in the next scene, it shows up at Buffy's house in her bedroom and it doesn't have any sort of form,
It has no
physical
corporeal
form.
form, and they cannot. They both just move through each other.
Well, no, because but it is doing damage to Buffy. Like Buffy can't hurt it, but it is hurting her. Like
Kinda.
it's making contact, but Buffy can't hurt it. Um, but still, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah. Uh,
It
so yeah,
seemed to be
but
a little. They didn't quite think that one through. I don't think.
um, so yeah, what the 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 demon and Buffy are fighting, but the demon's landing blows. Buffy can't because it's all just mist, basically. And Willow and Tara cast a spell that gives the demon corporeal form, and Buffy kills it with an axe.
Just
Um,
like immediately, she's just like, "Okay, sweet, whoop,
right.
decapitation."
Um, and then we cut to the next day, and Dawn's heading to school, and Buffy like gives her lunch and sends her on her way, and then heads to the magic box and visits with the Scoobs and tells them that she was in hell and she's glad that they brought her back. And then she goes outside and Spike's there standing in a patch of shade, and he tries to talk to her and asks if there's anything he can do for her. And um she tells him that she wasn't really sure but at first, but now she knows that she wasn't in hell and that she was in fact in heavens in heavens in heaven.
She was in the heavens.
She's in the heavens. And that she was in fact in heaven, and she was at peace and calm and felt happy, and she knew
Loved.
with loved and knew without any doubt in her mind that everyone she loved and cared about was going to be fine and okay. And then her friends pulled her out, and
And
Spike.
she was just about to get her wings. She had been standing in line for 273 years, and she was just about to get her wings. That's the
Right,
shittiest.
right. And Spike listens to her, um, dumbfounded and speechless, um, as she says that being back on Earth is actual hell. And she starts to leave, and over her shoulder she says to him that they can never know the truth, and she walks off,
And
leaving
Spike's
him
like,
behind.
"Oh, I'm telling these motherfuckers like next episode."
Right, like toot sweet. I'm telling these bitches,
Yeah,
'cause they done need to know.
they done did me dirty. They about to get told.
Right. And that's the end of our episode. Roll credits. Gur arg. Roll credits.
We're 43 minutes into recording. That was a very quick episode,
That
but it
was a very.
was. It played out that way.
It
It
was.
wasn't boring or anyway. We'll get to that with our ratings and whatnot. But yeah, it was a quick episode.
It was. It was a quick episode. Jeremy,
Yes, ma'am.
would you like to play everybody's favorite game, Body Count?
I believe it's just one, right?
Yep. Yep. Just the demon thing.
The Polter Demon.
The Polter Demon, yes. Um our music this week, just our original score by Thomas Wanker. I don't really have any behind the scenes stuff for this one, so
I love Tommy
uh,
Wink Wink.
Jeremy, on our sliding scale of 1 to 5, how many polter demons do you give this episode?
I'm going to give this one a 3. I
Okay.
know it's a scale of 1 to 5, but I kind of feel like 3 is the middle, even though it'd be technically 2.5. But it's, and I'm okay. Where do I start? All right, it's not. I'm not giving it a 3 because there was bad parts to it, or it was boring here and there. It was
Mm-hmm.
actually a pretty good episode. But it wasn't a nut grabber. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
it
Yeah.
didn't really grab you by the fucking short and curlies until that last scene. And,
Yeah.
if there had been maybe some more of that kind of sprinkled out, like maybe if she had given that speech to Spike in confidence at the beginning of the episode, and like, different, maybe some different conversations had taken place at different
Right.
times, like it could have been a really stronger, more powerful episode. But it was a fine episode. It had a little bit of action. It's Buffy's getting a little bit more reacclimated. Some revelations. We find out, that Giles is coming back. We get to see, women lathering themselves in lotion before bed because we know why. We know why. Or no, we don't. Okay.
You're on your own, buddy.
Okay. No, but it was perfectly fine episode. It just wasn't one that's like, oh, dude, this is like this is
What?
one for the ages.
Right. Right.
So it was a
Yeah.
3. Nothing wrong. No bad writing really. It wasn't boring, but it also wasn't thrill ride. So it was
Yeah.
fine.
Okay.
Uh, it did what it needed to do for the episode after she's been resurrected. And there you go.
And there
So
you go.
James, why
Yes.
don't you, why don't you tell me and our fine listening and viewing audience, on a sliding scale of 1 to 5, how many lathered up lesbians do you give this episode?
Oh, Jesus. Uh,
Cancelled.
um, I'm going half a point less than you. I give it a 2.5.
Okay.
It's a 2.5.
Okay.
It's not a bad episode. Um, it's not. It's not a great episode.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I just really didn't do anything for me. I do like the fact that they dropped the Buffy was in heaven reveal early in the season.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, so
I just wish they had dropped it earlier in the episode, but hey,
yeah. Because it seems to me that, and granted, I have knowledge of what's to come, but it does seem to me that when things like that get dropped early in the season by a character to another character or whatever, it gets found out by the rest of the characters relatively early in the season, and then they kind of have to deal with those revelations. You know what I'm saying?
they have to hurt themselves.
And they have to hurt themselves. Yes. But no, it wasn't a bad episode by any means. I don't know, the whole demon, this demon was created, as a result of the Buffy resurrection spell. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. But
Kind of meh.
yeah, kind of meh. But um but yeah, they made it work as best they could with the idea of, there's always consequences and repercussions for using magics and whatnot. So yeah, I'm gonna give it a 2.5.
Yeah, I mean, let's face it. It was of course, no episode can live up to the pack.
Yeah, well, yeah. Best episode of television ever broadcast.
Ever. Hello.
Only behind Bad Day in Building A.
Yes, I mean, yeah. It did take its inspiration from that masterpiece after all. So,
I think we've talked. I would watch Bad Day in Building A every day for the rest of my life.
yep.
Over the pack.
Yeah, and make no mistake, Bad Day in Building A is an absolute horse shit bullshit episode of Highlander. But yes, I would still watch it on repeat for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
As to never have to see the pack again.
Yeah. So, Jeremy, I heard an interesting tidbit the other day.
Okay.
I heard that if you go to BuffyRevisited.com, it sends you to various places.
You were lied to.
Oh, okay. So if people go to BuffyRevisited.com, they won't get a link to our email address, BuffyRevisited@gmail.com?
No, they will immediately get a virus.
Oh, so they won't find a link to our Facebook page where there's at least once a week posts regarding the episode that we'll be revisiting that week, and they can go into the comments of those posts and talk about the episode or Buffy and Angel in general?
Nope.
Huh. And they won't find a link to our YouTube where they can see the video version of the podcast and also go into the comment section and leave us comments about the episode or Buffy and Angel in general?
No.
Huh. Okay, then. All right.
Yeah, no, you were lied to. If you actually go to BuffyRevisited.com, you get a virus, and all you see is hardcore man-on-man gay porn.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep,
Starring
that's it.
us.
Starring me. No, so anyway, yeah. BuffyRevisited.com will take you to all of our goodness online and all of our ways of watching us, contacting us, stalking us.
Don't stalk me, please. Don't stalk me.
Stalk James, please.
Don't stalk me.
Okay. Anyway. So, wow. 52 minutes. Okay. This might be a record short episode for us, James, in all seriousness.
It might be. It happens that way sometimes.
With that being said...
Whoa, shit! I just knocked Orko and He-Man over.
Oh, you're a dead man.
If I knocked He-Man over, does that make me the most powerful man in the universe?
I think it doesn't. But nice try. Anyway, so with all that being said, thanks for joining us this week. Next week, we're going to be jumping into Season 6, Episode 5, Life Cereal, and not the type that you put milk on and eat.
Wait. No. Next week's...
I'm sorry. Season 6, Episode 4, Flooded. My bad. Reading ahead in my notes. My bad.
Beautiful.
That doesn't give anything away. Everyone forget that I said that. You will forget that. Season 6, Episode 4, Flooded.
Yes.
All right. So we will see you then, everybody. Thanks for joining us. I have been one of your hosts. I'm Jeremy.
I'm your other host, James.
Ta-ta.